What's up guys, it's your boy Jordan, back with another video, and you guys have been blowing up my inbox asking me for new content around Facebook ads, so today I am here to deliver. In this video, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite ways to scale explosively. We're going to be talking about manual bidding. This is not something for beginners and people just getting started out. This is great content for those who have something that is working and want to take it to the next level with some aggressive scaling methods. If you guys like the quality of this content, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. Also, in this video, we're going to be just talking about one strategy for manual bidding, but if you want a complete breakdown of all of my scaling strategies in depth, feel free to check out the 0 to 100 program in the link down below. I'm going to be increasing the price on that soon, so make sure you get in before I do that. But anyways, guys, enough of that. I know you're ready for this content, so let's get into it. Alright, so a strategy like this is actually best explained on my computer, where I can type it out and kind of break down the individual steps that I would take. And also I'll be jumping into the ads manager to sort of show you exactly how it's set up something like this. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about manual bidding and how it's been working for me recently before we go through and do that. So if I'm being 100% real with you guys, the majority of the scaling that I do and I help my students with is with using automatic bidding. Automatic bidding works perfectly fine. I've actually seen recently that it performs better than manual bidding in terms of consistency and ROI, but there are some benefits of manual bidding, and that's why I included in my 0 to 100 program, and that's why I also am making this video for you guys today. So let's kind of talk about those. So Facebook is an auction-based system. For you to get placed on somebody else's newsfeed, you have to win the auction. When you're using automatic bidding, Facebook is going to bid on the number that is most likely to get you a good placement in that auction. But it doesn't just stop at the bid. There's a couple other things that go into the auction algorithm, that's a tongue twister, as well. So Facebook looks at bid, Facebook looks at relevance score, and Facebook overall is just looking at how people are reacting to your ad, because think about it from their side of view. They don't want to show people ads that people are uninterested in. If your ad is getting great engagement, if it's targeted to the right audience and it's a good product that is in line with what that audience wants, and you're using a automatic bid, a lot of times you're going to get placed where you want to get placed. But a lot of people, when using automatic bids, run into extreme inconsistencies within their ad campaigns, and that is where manual bidding can come in and help you out, because understand that if other people are in that same auction as you, let's say you're selling a camping tent, okay, and a bunch of other people jump on and sell that same tent or a similar product, there's going to be a lot of people in that same target audience selling a similar product, so you're going to be directly competing, and then the only factors that can give you that leverage is your bid and the relevance score and how your ad is performing. So if you have multiple good performing ads competing against each other, the real only way to dominate and scale consistently is by having control over that bid and being able to bid aggressively. So I know it's a lot of information, but for a simple breakdown of it, automatic bidding basically will automatically put your bid somewhere around $30 or so, sometimes less, sometimes more. But with manual bidding, you can actually go ahead and set that bid higher than what the automatic bid would normally be, which essentially a lot of times can force you to be placed in that auction and win much more times. But there is downsides to this, because since your ad is going to be shown more often, you're going to be winning more auctions, it's going to spend a lot faster. Automatic bidding, like I said, is competing with other people. It's a little more controlled, so it spends, a more controlled amount throughout the day. But manual bidding will just blow through your budget fast if you're not careful and if you don't necessarily know what you're doing. So like I said in the beginning of the video, it's not something for beginners with a really tight budget, okay? It's something that once you found something that you think has potential, or you have a winning product, that is scaling but it's inconsistent, this strategy is good to implement and give a try. So I just wanted to make that quick little recap for you guys. We're gonna jump over now to my laptop and I'll pull up a Word document and kind of break down the strategy. Truthfully guys, manual bidding is not that difficult, but I'm gonna break down to you guys exactly what I'm doing. So let's get to it. All right, so one thing to also remember, the strategy itself isn't super complicated and it's not the most important part to understand when doing manual bidding. The most important part is understanding what manual bidding is and why you would even do it in the first place. So once again, I just want to do a slight recap of what I just talked about and then I'll go into the specific strategy itself. But like I said, a lot of people overcomplicate this when it doesn't need to be. So once again, the pros of manual bidding would simply be that you have control over your bid and you can force yourself to win more auctions. This is obviously good because once you're competing with a lot of other people, you're gonna need that extra push to get placed more in the feed. On the other end too, you can scale much faster because of this. Obvious reasons, if you're winning more bids and you've got the good product audience match, you're pretty much set to scale successfully. But remember, like I said, we'll go to cons. It's going to, spend really fast. Okay, so you're gonna blow through your budget. It's hard to type and talk. Your budget quicker. So you're going to be spending your money faster. You're going to be winning more bids. And typically what comes with this faster spend is a lower ROI. Okay, so that's pretty much everything when it comes to the pros and cons. That's all that I can think of. Sure, there may be some other ones out there, but we don't have to focus on those. Let's just talk about the strategy itself. So the strategy. All right, so first thing is that before doing this, before pursuing manual bidding, make sure that you have tested the product and you've validated that it actually works, okay? Make sure that you're getting a good ROI, at least I would say above 4x return on ad spend. So let me write this real quick. Prereqs, basically just saying like the things to know before you start. All right, so first thing is that you've already scaled this product somewhat. It has at least a 4x return ad spend on a higher budget than $30. Like, I'm not talking you scaled it to like $20 ad set and it's working. Something higher, 50 is okay. $100 ad set is ideal. If you've got it working at $100, then this is likely that you'll be able to push a little bit more manual bidding. If you're curious about how to scale from that $5 ad set level, I've got a ton of videos on this, so if you're new to my channel, make sure you go check those out. But these are the prereqs that you want to look for. And so the strategy itself, you're going to want to initially start out at a higher budget. You don't necessarily want to do manual bidding on like a $30 budget ad set or really even a $100 budget ad set. Ideally, I like starting the manual bids at the lowest budget you should start with is $300. This is just the way I do it. For the reasons that I talked about before, you're going to be spending a lot of money in a short time frame. For one, and for two, if it works, you want to be spending more money each day, right? That's the whole goal of scaling. So the lowest that I like to start with is 300. If you're really strapped for cash and you want to try this, try it on 100 and see what comes from it. But if you got some money, start at 300. So as for the bid, you want to set a max bid. Okay, so we'll go into Ads Manager in a minute and I'll show you guys what I mean by this, but it basically says max bid or average bid, or there's another option as well, but max bid is what we're going to go with because that's when you're telling Facebook, this is the max amount of money that I'm willing to spend to acquire a customer. And that's basically saying like, look, we're going to win these auctions by spending this much every single time you put us in there. So for the exact number for the bid, you want to go 2 to 3 times your CPA, or we'll put average CPA. And basically what I mean by CPA is your cost per acquisition. So let's say you're selling a product, profit margin on product is $20. And then in this case, you would want to set your max bid at anywhere from $40 to $50 to even, I wouldn't push it so far to 60. At least set your bid above $40 because like I said, that average bid from Facebook themselves is usually around like $30 to $35. So if you're above that spend, it's gonna usually prioritize you in the auctions and you'll get more placements. So you're gonna want to set the max bid at $40 to $50. And what you'll see that the ad set will spend fast after it gets approved. You can't really, wow, I can't spell today. You can't really get like scared after you see this. It's natural. I already let you know this. And a lot of times too, with manual bidding, you won't always see results on day one. Manual bidding is a little different than automatic bidding. It takes a little bit more time to calibrate. So let your manual bids ad sets run for at least 48 hours before you kill it. This is just best because it gives Facebook a little bit of time to kind of fine tune and find those pockets of audiences that are going to perform the best. But the strategy is basically that, but it doesn't necessarily stop there because the thing about manual bidding, like I said, is that you have control over the bid. So once you first get started out and you have that really high max bid, it's going to spend really quickly. So as you start to see some results coming in, this is when you can play with your bid a little bit more. Adjust your bid accordingly. So I'll put two examples here. Spending fast with little sales and low ROI, lower bid, okay? And then if it's not spending at all, increase bid. And then when you increase the bid, increase it in increments of $1 to $3. Don't do anything crazy like increasing it by like $20 or something. It's not necessary. And then every time you increase the bid or decrease the bid, give it like at least 2 hours. Give it 2 hours before increasing or decreasing again. Sorry guys, hard to like hold a conversation while typing this stuff out. But anyways, that's pretty much the strategy. So you want to start with a higher budget on this ad set after you've already determined that this product is somewhat scalable. You want to set a max bid that's higher than your average CPA, typically 2 or 3 times. And then usually it's going to spend quickly, so you just have to let that go through the first day. And then you want to let the ad sets run for at least 48 hours, see what's coming from it, and then adjust your bid accordingly and kind of play with it until you find the numbers that you're looking for. And yeah, like I said, it's not like a copy and paste thing because each case is going to be individual. Some ad sets are just going to freaking crush it right when you launch them out of the gate. Some are not going to make any sales whatsoever, and you're just going to have to take the L on that one. So yeah, that's pretty much the strategy. If you want, well, I guess it's not really a choice. I'm going to go into Ads Manager now, and I'm going to show you like an example of how I would set up something like this. And I'll see if I can find one of my older manual bid ad sets that I launched, because I haven't launched one in a while, to be honest. But I'll show you guys that right now. So you take a screenshot of this. I'll scroll through it one more time. You know, you can get a screenshot, you can write this stuff down, take some notes, take this stuff, take action on it. But let's go make an ad set real quick before we wrap this video up. All right, so this is one of my campaigns from a couple months ago. Actually, Facebook has updated some ad accounts with a different bidding structure. It's kind of the same thing, it just has a different name. So it'll say like lowest cost or target cost. Lowest cost would be automatic bid and target cost would be manual bidding. And also on some ad accounts, they remove the max bid. So you might see it look slightly different on mine than it does on yours. It really just depends, but it's all the same principles, okay? So we're gonna go, this one up here, this was automatic bid, this was an automatic bid, but this one was a manual bid. You can see I ran it at $1,000 a day, and it was doing pretty well actually, with a pretty high return on ad spend. But the thing is that this is the overall return on ad spend. It did extremely well for like the first couple of days, like 4 or 5 days. We just ran it up, and then it just kind of tanked. So that's why I switched it over to the automatic bid, and then this one you can see is automatic bid under this same audience. Sorry, I just had a loss of memory there. But yeah, and on top of that too, I don't show the names because that would give away the product, but From this point too, we found that it wasn't really maintainable at manual bids, so we dropped it to some lower budgets as well. This is the same audience too, so you can see that the ROI on the manual bid was actually really high, but that was just because we had a first good couple of days. So typically it would be the lowest ROI out of them all. But yeah, this product did all right. We spent like $85K to make. It was more about like 240 something. And yeah. So anyways, let's go to edit, and we'll check out this specific audience. So you can see here that I'm not showing the targeting or anything, but you can see that I was running it on target cost with a max bid of $35, and the cost of purchase ended up being about $17. So basically, we were just spending really quickly. We were getting placed right where we needed to on the auction, and it was getting us good results. Like I said, it didn't end up being maintainable, but we were able to scale quickly, and in 8 days make $35K. So not bad for one ad set. But let's create one from scratch, just so you guys can kind of see that. So let's do that. All right, so I'm not going to really care about the naming or the targeting. That's not important for this video. I've got videos for that stuff as well. Typically, we would always do purchase conversion as well, but once again, this is not what this video is for. It's just to show you how you set this up. All right, so see, this ad account right here has switched. This one is in the target cost or lowest cost setup. So for an example, let's say we have an ad set that's working. We would set it at $300 or more. And then, with manual bid 2, you always want to start it at midnight. I forgot to include that in there, but at least, if not midnight, early in the morning. You don't want to start it at night, because then Facebook is going to try to spend the whole budget in a real quick time frame, and it's an awful thing to do. So we'll say start like tomorrow at like we'll say like 6 a.m. or something. That way, right when you wake up, you can see how the ad's doing. Wow, okay, 6 a.m. tomorrow. And then 1 day click is what I usually rock with. And then stable cost, or target cost. And then you want to set it to $40 or $35. In this case, in the previous case, we actually started at $40, and then we lowered it down a little bit as we scaled the product a little bit more to try to maintain. But I mean, yeah, I don't really even know why I had to go through and do that. It's real simple, just filling in the blanks. But that's pretty much the whole strategy. So once again, you can just go through this, and you can see if manual bidding seems like a good fit for you in your case. Like I said, automatic bidding scaling works just fine, but if you want to scale really quickly, this is the way to go. So hope you guys got some value out of this video. Remember, this is just one of my strategies, and as a matter of fact, it's one of the most basic strategies that I have. I have tons more in-depth scaling strategies inside of my 0 to 100 program. So check the first link in the description to see that program and see if it's the right fit for you. I'm increasing the price soon, so make sure you get in there before I do that price increase. But thank you guys for sticking all the way through this video. I got some more good content coming for you this week, so I'm excited to bring that. But anyway, that's all I have for today. So I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, night, whatever it is for you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.